There we go. Francisca, Mackenzie, Amy.
Oh, shit. You're
Katie.
still live, Shane.
Hi, everybody. We're starting the meeting right now. We're covering up loud 6 to 7. We have Mickey's in the house.
Let's go.
Mickey's bringing us a story.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Favorite night of the week.
He's going to be on here Zoom. He's going to be on here
Zoom.
That was good.
Yeah, it was.
Zoom. So you're going to be able to see what the start of this meeting is. Not just the beginning or the end or the middle, but you
Hi,
can
guys.
see right from the start. How
Hi,
this meeting
Alicia.
goes.
All right, we're going to get
Katie,
rolling.
Hey, bro.
Shane.
Chuck, Francesca, Amy, Brooke, Julian.
Julian's in the house.
The more you move the mouse over, the more we can see the names.
I know. I hate that it does that though. You know,
Luis.
like
What,
doesn't just show it.
Yeah.
Luis.
There you go.
There we go.
Thanks. Hey, Julian.
Brandy,
Robert.
Jordan, Victor.
Who's that? Nelia?
Oh, is that Jordan right there?
Is that Neela?
Yeah, it is.
Neela.
Where you at, Jordan? That's a different view.
Nyla.
Is that your house?
I'm
at
gonna
home.
call her Kanila. That's my new. I'm going with the K. Kanila.
Where do you see that?
Right there, Kanila.
Oh, yeah. K-N-Y-L-A?
Yeah,
I think it's Nyla.
I believe it is, but I'm still gonna go with the Kanila.
Hey guys, it's Nyla.
It is Nyla, so I was proven right.
Nyla.
I was proven
Yep,
right.
Nyla.
Thanks,
Ignore
Kana.
the K.
Thanks, Kanila.
Oh yeah, sure.
There's Brooke laughing
Where's Brooke?
Where's
right
Brooke?
there. She's got.
Where?
Oh, Brandy. I'm sorry. I was gonna say that's Brooke with the tattoo on her left arm, but that's Brandy, and it could be her right arm. I'm not sure.
It's
Hey,
got to be
just
her
wave.
left.
No,
It's
that
got to be
was-
her left arm.
We're not sure anymore. The time warp. Kelly.
Well,
Wayne.
guys, welcome to the Recover Out Loud meeting.
Yeah.
I'm Chad. And
Yes,
I-
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, bro, for knowing who you are. Wow, Chad's a little sick.
Yeah.
Chad's a little sick today. He brought Kleenex. Could we
He's
zoom? Could we
Yeah.
zoom in on the Kleenex?
He's a little under the weather.
This is
Hey,
Chad's-
welcome, Daddy.
Louise, can we zoom in on the Kleenex? This is Chad's Kleenex right here. He brought it for a stiffy nose. Snuffly.
It's that weather out there,
Yeah,
man.
there you
No.
go.
You gotta, get the Kleenex going.
You guys, unless you live in California, it's been raining for 3 days here. It never rains in Southern California.
No.
And when it does, everybody loses
It's
their mind.
crazy.
We have no idea what's going on, and next thing you know, we're sick as hell.
Yeah.
And weird
I
shit's
didn't make it to
happening.
work yesterday. Half rain, half because I was, you know.
What is that?
Ooh, looks like we.
I think it was a baby.
That was a
baby.
baby.
We have a
We
baby.
love the babies.
Um,
We love to.
anyways, again, let's get rolling, guys.
let's get
Welcome to
rolling.
the Recover
Yes.
Out Loud meeting.
Who is this? Who is this? You.
Mickey.
Yes.
Yeah.
baby.
We got Mickey.
Road.
We got.
Who's that?
Who's doing that?
That's awesome. We got someone else on here.
Yeah, we got somebody.
You don't know
yeah.
who it is, but that's cool. I like that in my voice, in my ears, like that. Hey there.
Yeah.
Who is that?
All right, Natalie, I'm gonna let you take over tonight because I'm under the weather and I don't even know what to
Wow.
say.
Okay, you guys already know the drill. As always, welcome to our Recover Out Loud Zoom
82.
meeting. This is also broadcasted on our YouTube channel, so if you don't want your beautiful faces shown, you can just turn off your video. And also, this is just an extra cherry on top, we like to
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
because for anybody that is, working a 12-step program or whatever to maintain your sobriety, this does not take place as part of that deal. This is just a little extraness on top of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Extra I like that.
Keep
No.
doing what you normally
Good.
do on
Yeah.
a regular basis.
Exactly. Because I like to cut corners,
You
my,
do.
my sponsor says.
Yeah,
like-
nice comment.
you,
you.
you might need to
Thank
go to
you.
like a different page and see who's not muted. There's 2 pages right up.
It's like
Oh.
amazing.
Schwanzi, what are you doing, Schwanzi?
Swansea.
Hello, Swansea.
Schwanzi.
It's interesting.
Yes. But anyways, you guys know we have an amazing speaker for you every
Well, we're
single
hoping.
week.
We're hoping. Oh,
No, it
sorry.
already
I
is.
meant-
Don't
oh,
High
that-
expectations here.
Yeah, I
oh,
know.
All right. All
Way,
right.
way to make our guests feel welcome
Well,
there, Shane. No pressure. You know
know
how
I
it
like
feels
it.
being
He's
in
a
that seat.
veteran.
like
He's,
it.
oh, it's tough. in
It
that
is
seat.
tough.
It's
It's
tough. I don't
I
like
start
it.
sweating. I don't.
God, it's
just
crazy.
rough.
Yes.
But then once you get going,
yeah.
it's all
Yeah,
good. And we're all the same.
Yeah. We're all
Um,
the same, right?
We are. So You usually will take it away for 20, 25 minutes, and then we open it up to all of you guys, whoever wants to share whatever is going on in your life today. So shall we get into it?
Yeah.
Let's get
Did I
into
miss
it.
anything?
No.
Yeah, man.
All right, Swansea.
Yeah, Swansea.
How's Swansea breaking into our
Yeah, I
unmuting
know.
himself?
Newbie here. 30 days clean off fentanyl.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Go.
Yes, 30 days is
Go.
huge.
Keep it going.
30
Share
days.
the
I
30
just-
day 30-day chip.
Where's
Yeah.
Angela? Let's.
Angela, shout out to Angela.
Yeah.
Well done. 30
Well
days
done,
is
Angela. Keep
rough.
going, girl.
Yeah,
yes.
It's
You
crazy.
got this.
Shall we
All right, Mickey, you're up, man.
I am up in the spotlight.
in the spotlight in
well,
the studio?
thank you
Welcome.
guys for having me, first of all.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see the setup you got here and what you're doing for the recovery community. I mean, I feel like any resource for an alcoholic, drug addict like me is needed because not everything works for everyone, right? So it's good to have those outlets. It's good to have those, different type of sauces to throw into the mix, right? As you could say. And yeah, this is awesome to see what you guys are doing. So thank you for having me. Shout out to Fosto, Sober Fost, for getting me hooked up and on here to share a little bit about my story and some strength and hope for you guys out there that are struggling. So I'll share a little bit about my story and, how I got to where I am. Don't be fooled by my nice jacket and pants and shoes. and
Right?
whatnot.
Yeah.
I was a straight up junkie out there in the gutters at one point. And if you're ever in that situation or have been in that situation, you know what it's like. I know what it's like. And there is a way out. So sharing the love out there for those people struggling and, reach out for help, talk to someone, lean into some resources. There's so many resources out there for you or a loved one that are struggling. So take advantage of that. These days, we are so blessed to have even an online resource like this, right? To just log in and just get some hope. So definitely look into your resources. But yeah, back to me. My name is Mickey Webb. I have been sober for a little bit over 5 years now. My sobriety date is November 5th, 2018. My drugs of choice were just anything. I was the person that would utilize any substance to cure this up here, right? I definitely was just always trying to find a solution to my crazy ass mind. So anything and everything that could fix that and get me out of myself was what I was doing. I'll go into a little bit of my childhood. As with everyone, I feel like your childhood kind of makes you who you are and develops you as a person. So unfortunately, I got to share about my childhood. It's not all that crazy, but it did make me who I am. So born and raised in Tennessee. Doesn't look like it, right? I don't know, Tennessee boy. I don't got that
Orange
twang.
County.
Right, with the
don't-
blonde locks and
Yeah.
everything, right? Jesus
I don't get that southern twang like them Tennesseans, but shout out to Tennessee. Love that place. Yeah, born and raised in Tennessee. Parents split when I was about 7 years old. To give you the dynamic of my parents, mom, super loving, super all over, #1 fan, Mickey, so supportive, and anything Mickey could or couldn't do was my #1 fan. And the polar opposite, my father was the not #1 Mickey fan, and I don't think I could ever be his #1 fan. So, I grew up in a very confused environment with my parents' dynamic. Dad never gave me attention. Dad never said good job. Dad never gave me a pat in the back. Dad, just wasn't really there, and hence that's why my parents got divorced. He wasn't the best father, but through a lot of work, I understood kind of where he was as a human being during my childhood. So I did put a lot of blame on my father growing up, but never really put myself in his shoes to have that empathy for what he was going through. So yeah, mom being the super loving, would do anything for me. Dad being like that, just raised me being a confused person, child. Going into my younger years, I never really fit in. I never really had a group that I connected with. I never really had close friends that I really bonded with because I felt or now realize I was emotionally dysfunctional because of that. I was very confused growing up about the world and where I fit in. So growing up, my mom pushed sports on me. I was excelling in any and every sport I could possibly do. One thing I will shout out to Dad for was he really got me involved in board sports and motorcycles and cars and stuff like that, as a lot of fathers would. And I do appreciate him giving me that because a lot of those, I utilize today. But, I was always succeeding in sports, learn how to manipulate my mother because she would enable me to accomplish things in sports by, you do this and get this time in swimming or get this time in track or get this grade in school, I'll get you this, and she was very enabling. So learned how to navigate that system from a young age. And, that kind of gave me this sense of power again, right? Like I know how to get things from people because my mom would enable me to do that. And, in her position, she was just trying to have me be a good athlete and a good student, and a lot of people utilize that. But I learned how to pull that in and manipulate it even more, right? And growing up, I didn't really fit in, couldn't find my people. And I eventually, started hanging around the crowd that were the cool kids and experimenting with drugs and alcohol at a young age. About 12 or 13 is when I first started drinking alcohol. And I remember when I first started using alcohol, how it actually filled that void that everyone talks about, right? Like that fitting in, that finding a purpose or your people, like I finally did with alcohol, right? And, one thing led to another. I was going out partying on the weekends at a young age, sneaking out, just doing all the typical young teenager things. And, you start hanging around that crowd, they're experimenting with other stuff, right? And this is my parents split. So I was born in Tennessee, but when my parents split, my mom took me to Florida. So I was raised in Fort Lauderdale for most of my life, which is close to Miami. It's a big party town. So at a young age, I was exposed to ecstasy. And man, ecstasy was honestly like life-changing for me at the time because that void that I was missing for so long was just fulfilled. Obviously, ecstasy is a very potent drug, mixture of drugs that really like opened up my my mind to like something that I was looking for this whole time, right? And I started utilizing ecstasy like every weekend, partying with my friends when I was like 14 years old. Wow. And, at a young age like that, like that's a pretty potent drug to take. And that was something I ran with for quite a few years, but hanging around those type of people in the party crowds and going to Miami and partying and stuff like that at a young age. I started experimenting with other drugs. So on and so forth. Throughout all this, I'm still an athlete. I'm still a swimmer that's accomplishing so many things. I was still a good student. I was checking all the boxes growing up as a child, and everything looked good. But on the inside, I was still struggling with that confusion, that despair of not fitting in, that trying to find my tribe, trying to find Mickey. Really, I was trying to find myself, and I was just so lost and searching for that outside of me. Long story short, experimenting with more and more drugs, eventually found opiates as I was a young teenager. And again, that thing and that sense of purpose I was looking for, I found it again in another substance, And from there on, though, opiates really took over my life. Like that was like the drug that I really, really felt like was the thing I was missing in my life. And that was when like the opiate epidemic was starting, especially in Florida, with all the pill mills and all that stuff, right? So like pills were just going around like crazy, and Oxycontin and all that, and that's kind of what got me started into opiates. And one thing leads after another. The pills stopped working, as everyone says. You got to find something else, and I found that in heroin. And heroin was like I remember like growing up, my sister, who was 10 years older than me, my stepsister, was also a heroin addict, opiate addict. And I remember like her being 10 years older than me, right? Like I'm like 16, 17. She's like 26, 27, being a junkie. And I'm like, I'm never going to be like that. Like I'm never going to do that shit. And there I was like going into my 18, 19, I'm just like her, that person I said I was never going to be, that hopeless drug addict, like just fucking up everything in the family, became me. So yeah, pretty much getting away from the childhood, going into like what addiction like was for me. Opiates took over my life, completely controlled my life, completely tore me away from my family, tore away from any relationship that I can make with anyone, because it became all about Mickey and all about what Mickey wanted, and all about opiates. And you know, living like that is like slavery, honestly, right? Like, I was doing anything I could to get a fix, and that didn't matter who it was. It didn't matter if it was family. It didn't matter if it was the Targets or the Walmarts. It didn't matter who I was gonna fuck over, what I was gonna do to get it. So I started getting involved in a lot of criminal activity, and you know, with that comes jails and institutions and prisons, and you know, that went on for about 5-6 years of just me being a straight up junkie, doing whatever I needed to do to get a fix, screwing over anyone I could. I could not be trusted. I could not be, you know, I couldn't be connected to anyone, because it was all about Mickey and that chase for the drug and that next fixed. And I would do whatever it would take to get that. And that led me to a lot of unfortunate places. But when you're in the thick of it, you don't think anything's wrong. You know what I mean? You're out there just doing your thing and like trying to get your fix all the time. Like, you're in the thick of it, you know? And I had some attempts at getting sober, just because I was forced from the nudge from the judge, as a lot of people do. And, you know, it was never really for me. It was always like, oh, I got to do this so I can get through it and then go back to what I was doing, you know? And, you know, I was in and out of rehabs. It took me about like 6 treatments, I think, to, you know, finally start picking up some of the pieces. You know, I was going to AA, I was going to NA, I was going to CA, I was going to HA, I was doing all the A's, you know, 1, 2, 3 step in, getting a sponsor, like getting 90 days clean, saying what they need to hear, getting the judge to, you know, agree to put me on probation or ankle monitor or whatever it would take to make sure that, you know, I can just keep slipping through the cracks, right? But, you know, after doing that for so long and constantly just fucking up and getting in the same place, right? Like the definition of insanity, right? Like doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You know, it gets old. It gets really old, and it gets darker. It gets lonely. It gets really hard, you know? So, you know, after years of going in and out of treatment, you know, and this is between Tennessee and Tennessee and Florida at the time, my younger 20s, you know, bouncing all over the place, never really like having a stable environment, living, job, all that. Never could hold down a job, right? Like any job that I would go to was about making a buck so I could get high, and then I'd get high on the job and get fired, right? Or be robbing the place, right? So like I could never really hold down a job and could never be stable. And yeah, it just got dark. It got so freaking dark, man. And it feels like, you know, so long ago, but I'd never forget what it's like. And it's just so crazy to think about, you know, where I was. And I'll talk a little bit about what my life's like today and how I got here. But yeah, for anyone out there struggling, man, like I said, like there's resources out there. It's hard whenever, you know, you're new to sobriety and trying to figure it out and hit so many barriers. I remember that in earlier sobriety, like a lot of the barriers that I hit when I actually did want to be sober, like it was so hard that, you know, I'd give in, you know, I'd give up, you know, and it took time and time again to really like get the right support system, get the right, whatever it is, sponsor, mentor, coach, program, people, whatever, you know, whatever it takes, family support. You know, I had to lean into so many different ways to figure that out. But it all clicked this last time I tried to get sober. You know, I came to treatment with no intention of staying clean at all. I just wanted to have a place to live for 30 days so I can go back out after that and do it all over again. And, you know, I just started listening this time. You know, a lot of the other times I kind of listened, but like not really apply anything that I was hearing. You know, I was just going in one ear and out the other, right? And, you know, I started applying some of the stuff that I was hearing, right? Like find like a sponsor, find like a mentor, like someone that you can look up to, talk to, and, you know, work through things, go to therapy. You know, treatment obviously provides a lot of those resources. So when you're in a stable environment, it's easier said than done. getting sober just on your own, and it can be more difficult, but there are those resources out there. But yeah, things started clicking. I decided I'm going to give this thing a shot one more time, because towards the end of my sobriety, man, I remember in the summer of 2018 when I was in Nashville, Tennessee, I had overdosed 6 times on fentanyl. I was like the local, all the hospitals like knew me, like I'd go to the hospital for an overdose and completely convince the doctors like I'm good. They knew I knew all the things that they needed to hear. And I'd get out of there and then go overdose and come back to that same hospital twice in a day, right? And like just seeing like their faces and like things like that, like I knew I was really fucked off, and I'm really lucky to be here after going through all those overdoses. I was just super sick and I didn't see a way out. I mean, towards the end for me, I was suicidal. Like I didn't care if I lived or died, and that was such a dark place. So yeah, getting sober this time was was like a very emotional. I had no contact with family for like 5 years. Didn't talk to my mom. Kind of talked to my dad when I'd like try to ask for money or like some type of support, but he was like completely like cut out of my life, and like going back to that childhood feeling, like that mom that was so supportive and there for me and everything, my number one fan, didn't want anything to do with me for 5 years. Right. And then the dad that I was always seeking attention for, I was still doing that too. Right. It was so funny how it like comes to full circle, but, yeah, going back to how it came to be and me getting sober, I leaned into the resources that I had in treatment. I started going to meetings. I started going to church. I started to just apply a lot of the stuff that I was hearing that I never really applied before, and reading and like learning about myself and getting in touch with my emotions. Like that was super hard for me growing up. And it still is, honestly. Like I was never really an emotional person or like knew how to like, think of myself and others and communicate and like all these things. And, as I started to learn some skills and apply those in my life, it got easier. I started to understand myself more. I started to learn how to communicate with people more. And yeah, I kind of let, like programs and like treatment take me along for the ride. And it really helped. Like, if it was, I'm a huge fan of treatment. I work in treatment today. I'm a huge believer in it. It definitely works if you work it, right? Just like any other program. But yeah, like I'm so blessed today, man. I have such a beautiful life. I went from that dark, hopeless junkie who was literally like ready to just be dead and over with to, now today I have a fulfilled life, a great relationship with my family. My family calls me with their bullshit today, it's like so cool to be like in the position to like be able to like work through stuff with them and like them reach out to me when they're struggling. I have family members that, get in touch with me when they're struggling. And that's like so cool to be able to be a resource for them now. Because, I had detrimented their lives and tore so many of those relationships apart, so it's insane to me to like be able to be in that position now. But yeah, big thing for me, like growing up, like sports and like all that and like being active, like Mickey is like a go person. Like I'm always trying to do things. So like today I try to fulfill my life with a lot of activities, and that includes like a community of other people in sobriety. Right. And, we do a lot of fun things like pickleball and dodgeball and a lot of like water activities too. I'm a huge waterman. I love the water. Surfing. I'm a big kiteboarder. Kiteboarding's like taken over my life. It's my fucking passion now. I love it. It's an extremely adrenaline sport. So like I feel that need for adrenaline now with kiteboarding, and it's amazing. But yeah, like, it took me a while to figure out like what was going to work for me too. Cause there's been times in my sobriety over the years too, where I'm like, is this really what's like going to be helping me moving forward? And like, I always bring it back to the basics, right? Like call my people, call my tribe, like the people that supported me from the beginning, my sponsor, the community that I made, church, going to meetings, reading books, getting in tune with myself, right? Like a lot of holistic stuff like meditation and Reiki and sound baths. Like I still do that stuff today. I did it in early sobriety and it helped. I do that stuff today. It helps, breath work. Like that stuff's amazing. And yeah, like if I had any advice for anyone out there, like I think a lot of us try to like humanize things and try to figure everything out at once, but it's really just like one step at a time, man. That's how I did it. It was just one step at a time. You know, I walked into, you know, programs not knowing jack shit, and I started listening and I started doing what they said, you know. And even them, they didn't know everything, but they had some type of direction. You know what I mean? They had some type of moral compass. I had no moral compass. You know, I have a credit score now. Back then, I had to steal everything to even get something, like to, you know, to even like brush my teeth. Like I had to go steal toothpaste and a toothbrush, you know? So it's crazy, like to have a moral compass today and do the right things. I haven't stolen 6 years. I can honestly say that now. That's crazy. I used to walk around everywhere, stealing anything. Take, Mickey, take, right? And it's crazy to like be able to just be a member of society today. Like it's so crazy that, you know, I'm able to give back to society too, like working in treatment, and listening to others. You know, I used to not give a shit about what anyone had to say about anything unless it had to do with me getting high, you know, and today I actually get to listen to people and be a resource to them, hear them out and like sit with them in their struggles, have empathy, right? Like a lot of the stuff with like steps and church and like is like principles, right? Like honesty. Like I'm an honest person today. I can honestly say that. That's so weird. I said I can honestly be honest, right? But like you learn these things by working through your shit. And you know, I'm so thankful for resources like you guys, for treatments, for programs, for AA, NA, church, holistic approaches, everything. You know, it's all beneficial to people, and there's so much out there, and there's so many people out there doing good. And yeah, that's kind of my story. I mean, in a nutshell. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of rambling that I did, but I don't know if I went 20 minutes or what.
No,
but
you're good. That was
beautiful.
amazing.
yeah, it was a little bit
Yeah.
about what's going on
A lot of
in Mickey's
pain,
life.
Oh,
a lot
yeah,
of
it's
pain,
great.
a lot of pain in a broken family,
Yeah.
and it's a source of pain, and it's a source of reason and confusion to continue using your whole fucking life, including your adult life.
Yeah.
So good for you for making peace with that, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
And also too, it's very similar. You know, it's like you get to a point where you're tired of being sick and tired, so you're gonna take what you are listening and hearing in the rooms, and then finally move on it and do it slow by slow, and just take the suggestions given to you, and then all of a sudden, shit starts to get a little bit better. And here you are, 5 years later, able to say that you have a relationship with your family and things that were not like that previously. You know, and that's why, you know, I'm super, you know, I believe in recovery because it works.
Mhm.
There's too many stories. Like I would go into meetings all the time and you hear the cliches and I'm like, oh my God. But
Yeah.
now I'm saying cliches, you know,
Right,
and I
right.
hate it, but it
So
is
true.
It's so true.
Yeah.
So it's like when you walk into meetings and you hear people saying the cliches and they're all not lying,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so
Mhm.
something obviously here is working.
Yep.
So now it's time to just put the work in and do the footwork that is required. That's why I feel like even normies would benefit from doing a
100%.
12-step program, because it's all about self-accountability and kind of taking a look at yourself in the mirror.
Mhm.
And that's what it's all about. But thank you for your lead tonight. It was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me again, guys.
It's always hard to lead because you have to be vulnerable and it's tough.
Yeah,
But
it's fun.
shall we open it up, guys?
Chad, what do you
Yeah.
think we should do, bro? Did you need some more Kleenex?
What?
Or did you need some more Kleenex? I heard your nose was a little sniffy there.
Yeah, it's a little.
You're good. You're doing good though, Chad.
You're
I'm
doing
doing
great.
good.
You're
No,
doing
I'm not talking too much.
No,
I'm not
no,
sniffing.
no.
I tried to move the
you're
mic.
hanging in there.
Yeah, you're
Hanging in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love this meeting. There's no
Me
way
too.
I'm not going to come to this meeting.
Hell no.
At least I can at least not get all of these people sick. Right?
That is true.
Yeah.
Shout out to, can we put the mouse back up on
Oh,
the screen
yeah,
though?
let's read some of the chats. Shall we? Or are we?
Is the
do we have it?
RR, is that restoration recovery?
Yeah, I think
Where?
so.
The iPhone one right there?
Pretty
Oh,
sure,
It's the RR, because I think they have a awesome meeting on Wednesday nights in person in Mission Viejo.
Oh,
Really?
really?
That's
Yeah,
cool.
we should go
Nice.
check it out one day.
We should.
What time?
Not
is it?
tomorrow
Yeah,
though,
what
because
time
I'm
is it?
sick.
Yeah, I know. What time is it?
Yeah, look,
Yeah, there
there's
they are.
restoration recovery
Yeah,
right there.
We'll come out
Is it?
on
What time is
Wednesday.
it? Put
I
it.
think it's
put
like
the-
at 6:30.
Yeah, put the, if you can, RR, will you put the time of the in-person meeting in the group chat so we all can see, whoever is local?
Anybody that's local, go check it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
They have a good speaker. I get.
It's a great idea, bro. If we infiltrate different meetings, I like that. I didn't mean infiltrate
Infiltrate.
in a bad way, you know. But that'd be cool if we could get out there in the community at the
Yeah,
different
yeah.
meetings,
That's
at
what it's
different
all
treatment
about.
centers, man. That'd be huge. That's a great idea, Chad.
I love seeing
It's
you
a
guys.
great
in the,
idea.
In the group
Look at
chat.
that. Look at that. I come up with good ideas every once in a while.
Even being sick.
Yeah, sometimes.
Guys,
Yeah.
Let's
are
go.
you guys excited to open it up? We got a hand up.
Yeah.
We got one hand up.
Let's go.
So, really quick, just want to lay down the. Damn.
The law.
Oh yeah,
Lay the
yeah,
law
yeah.
down.
Holy shit,
You
bro.
guys,
Come on,
I'm
man.
pretty sure I know what you're gonna say.
Get
Do
a,
you want me to
you know
say
what?
it?
Get into
Yeah.
a plastic
Okay.
bag.
The
or
3
something.
minute.
Yep.
Get into a plastic bag. Spit that in the garbage.
I'll,
Spit that in the garbage.
Shut up.
you guys know the drill. So because our meetings are growing, which is
Yeah.
amazing, we love and appreciate you guys. But when you guys share, we limit it to 3 minutes, so that way we can get as many people as possible before the meeting ends. And so once the 3 minutes is up, do we have a sound?
Eh,
Do we have a sound or no? No,
eh.
we don't have a sound. But
Or clock.
you will. Okay, you will hear.
Eh.
You'll hear Shane
He's
go.
really wanting to do that.
I'll let you know. I'll tell you impolitely. Don't get. What was that look? Whoa, that was an evil.
That wasn't nice.
That was an evil Marilla.
Yeah, just keep your shares to around
Yeah,
3
they-
minutes.
they
That's
Yeah,
all,
3
guys.
minutes.
Well, buzz in quietly.
And yeah,
I'll-
Shane
I'll-
will
I'll
buzz
whisper,
in,
I'll
and then
whisper.
that's kind of like time to just wrap it up.
It'll be a charm.
Nicole, you're up.
Yeah, Nicole.
Let's go, Nicole.
Let's
Go,
go.
Nicole.
All right, I'm unmuted.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Nicole.
Nicole,
Hello.
alcoholic. That was a really great lead, really great share. Like, of course, relatable on so many levels. Today is day 60 for me.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
So happy. Definitely happy I found this community too. I love when I can do really good online meetings. I prefer in person, but this one has just been amazing since the first one I came to. But just talking about just kind of the things that you hear, one of the reasons why I stayed away so long from recovery, from AA itself, I tried other things and never really committed. I've said it before in this meeting, I grew up in AA. I was going to Alateen when I was 5 or 6. So one day at a time, one for all of these things were like conditioned in my mind from childhood, which is funny. And it's not really until I started 60 days ago, going to meetings every day, being a part of recovery, a part of this collective that is just so freaking amazing, that I started really being able to take on those sayings. And now I'm saying them and sounding the way everybody in recovery always sounded around me. And I fucking love that. So it's just, it's such a huge blessing. I'm so grateful for AA, 60 days down and forever to go. So
love
I'm
it.
happy.
right.
Thanks for being here, you guys.
Nice.
Congratulations
Thanks
on
for
60
coming
days.
and thanks for
Amazing.
sharing.
Yes.
We love it. This is my favorite part.
Well, I'll tell you what's nice about keeping with the people, because every time I went to somebody's house in New Recovery, my sponsor always said, "What does he have to offer you?" Like, he always said that, and I would say, "Oh, he's only doing this. What does he have to offer you? Like, how is he going to better your life?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Kimberly,
we got
you are up.
Kimberly.
Oh,
Hmm?
I saw her. There we go.
Alcoholic and grateful to be here.
Amazing.
Mickey, you are an awesome example of people within our profession that when you work a program, you can help others much better. It makes a difference. I'm just that I was able to pop on tonight. I'm currently sitting in a house full of 5 dogs and puppy sitting, but it's like those moments of no matter what we're doing, staying connected with other like-minded people is huge in my recovery. It's like, especially working in the profession that we're in for those of us that work in treatment, I have that safety plan that when I'm with the pups that are connected to a intervention, and then if I want to break for sustainability, I take on pups that are attached to healthy parents. And that's how I like work my boundaries. I live in the house with my mother, like she's part of the reason why I used to blame my life. If you had a life that was as fucked up as mine, you'd use and get loaded and disappear too. But today I've learned how to really put those boundaries up with my mom. And that's the only reason I've been able to learn how to do that, was because I went to treatment. I got a foundation. I work with a therapist every other week, and I stay very connected and active in my program. And I can proudly say I am an active member of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I love to share my excitement with others for for being in sobriety. You know, I giddy up and I go. And that's what I got. Thank you for letting me be here, and thank you for that notification for this live meeting. I appreciate it.
I giddy up and go. I like her.
Yeah.
I like that.
She's
I
got some
love that.
zest. I like that. Yeah.
I love it.
Giddy up
Thanks
and
for that
go.
share, Kimberly. I appreciate that.
No, I'm-
Also, I just
Comment
want to
said
say,
dog-
yeah, I was
dog
gonna
spelled
say,
backwards is
yeah.
Dog
Chuck-
spelled backward. Chuck
Chuck bringing the-
Zamzows
yes,
in the
Chuck.
house, dropping
Yeah.
wisdom
Yeah.
as
Dropping bombs up
always
there.
in the
Love it.
chats. We love that, Chuck.
Yes.
Now is this Tez? Is this
Yeah, Tez,
Wait
you
a
know
sec.
what's going
Doing-
on, Tez?
doing
You are
coke?
back 2 weeks
Yeah.
in a row.
doing coke and
Are you we hoping you're sober today? We're fighting for you
Yeah.
every day, Tez.
No, yeah. Thanks. I appreciate the shout out, man.
yeah, bro.
I was cleaning. My roommates moved on, so it's been quiet.
Yeah.
It's been quiet. So when my roommates moved on, my other friends were just calling me like about 30 minutes ago. Hey, we got a sack. We can go. But I'm good because they left already. Like I'm alone now. It's kind of what I've been waiting for, to be alone.
Yeah.
Just be alone. Everybody left. It's quiet. And I heard the notification. I was like, oh, these fuckers. I was like, I thought that's what popped in my head. I go, oh, these fuckers. So I came and I jumped on. I lost my arts and craft crew, but I get my alone time back though.
Yeah.
It's the best.
I love this guy.
I lost my arts and craft crew. Yeah, but yeah,
Y'all
I
need
just
a
want to
new
say
one.
hi and appreciate the shout out. Like always. Thank you,
Yeah.
man.
For sure.
Every
Thank you.
time,
Yeah,
Tez,
man.
we're rooting for you,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
We're all about changing lives
Yeah.
around here, and you know.
I've been a newcomer for 5 years. I got like a jar full of white tags.
we need to get you the 30-day chip up in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I got like a limit in that crack, but I got a jar of like white keychains.
Yeah.
I pass them out. I pass them out as a joke. So
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
I hold the record for a newcomer, but no. But yeah, I'm here. I appreciate the shout out again.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
guys.
Yeah,
man.
for
for
sure.
sure.
Well,
man.
keep
Thanks for
Yeah.
keep coming
Yeah,
back.
bro.
You
Shut
know,
up.
it works.
Yeah,
It
it
does.
does.
All right.
It does.
Okay.
All right, Tez.
Thank you
Yep.
guys, man.
Thanks, Tez. Take it easy,
Thank
brother.
you.
Yeah.
Christina's in the house. Becky?
Oh, okay.
Oh, where's Becky? We'll
Where
go
is she?
Becky and then Christina.
Becky and the orange, they're walking.
Hi, yep. I'm pacing around my house.
Amazing.
I'm a pacer.
Hi, guys. Right on.
Hi, Becky.
Hi, guys. This is my second meeting.
Amazing.
Thanks for holding it. Thanks for your share, Mickey. It really spoke to me. I just got a year clean on January 22nd.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yes. Congrats on the year.
And I live in South Lake Tahoe. It's a pretty small community up here. I mean, there's a lot of drugs, but there's not a lot of NA. There's a lot of AA. So I've been going to AA, but I really resonate more with NA, and I know it's all the same. We're all the same. Yeah, it's tough. Like just some communities can be kind of funny, but I'm finding my way, and I got a sponsor. She's in Mexico right now, but that's okay. And yeah, I just want to do everything different this time. I've had bouts of sobriety before, but it's never stuck. And I'm finally sick and tired of all of that. So yeah, I really think it's gonna work. I'm still on Suboxone, and I know a lot of people have their opinions on that, and it's definitely something I'm looking to get off of. I'm on a taper with my doctor right now. But yeah, that's about it from me. I'm really glad you guys are here. I'm stoked you guys. I've never done the online meetings, so since my community is so small here, I've been checking it out, and yeah, I really enjoy it.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thanks so much
Thanks, Becky.
for coming and,
Yeah.
and finding us. I love this meeting. This meeting's
Yeah.
like really growing, you
It
guys.
is.
Yeah.
Super stoked on it. Keep coming back. We also around here we have no opinions on anything. We just we just do what works for us, and you figure it out what works best for you and your
Exactly.
between you and your sponsor and your higher power.
And showing
that's
up for one another and building our community. That's what it's all about.
Yep.
Zero judgment.
Showing love.
Exactly.
Thanks for having me, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Becky.
What happened
That's-
to Christina?
I did want to say one of the things about our meeting is all are welcome. You know, that's like clean, sober, family
about
members. There's a lot of people on this meeting right now who have lost their children to fentanyl. Just so everybody knows, and that's the reason why we exist, because I lost my son-in-law to fentanyl on 9/11 of 22. So that's what we're out here, and that's what we're all about, is bringing community and just trying to show everybody love and that there's a different way to live.
Yeah. Yeah, I've OD'd way too many times. I'm very lucky to be here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, keep going, Becky.
Thanks, Becky.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Joel, you're up, and then look who's where did Christine go? Did she bone out? Huh?
What happened?
Oh,
Okay.
well-
Thank you. It wouldn't let me unmute myself.
Oh.
Oh.
You guys had to unmute me. That's why.
Oh, are you there now?
Are you here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hi, Christine.
Hi.
Hi. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about religion.
Sure.
Yeah. Anything.
Okay, so I got baptized like 2 weeks ago as a Christian, and it's crazy because I've been having like using dreams, and I'm writing my testimony right now for my NA meetings on Monday nights, and it's been hard because like I've been writing as far as back to my childhood trauma, and I told like my house manager at my sober living home, like I think it's too long because I'm in 2018 and I'm on the 4th page, and I have 6 more years to go, like, and I'm not in my addiction yet. And so she said to just keep writing it, and when I'm on my 4th step, I can go back and reference it, because it's like people who you resent, I guess. So anyways, I've been struggling, with that. And so I went to church and last Sunday, and they were singing a song, and the name was Lazarus, and that's the name of my ex. And I started crying because he was the one that got me deep in my meth addiction and really abused me really bad. And so I left to the lobby and I was crying in the bathroom. And then I texted my sponsor and I told her about it. And she said, that she's glad I'm here, but, something like she was like telling me the whole thing. But anyways, I went back in after the song was over, and it was crazy because the pastor started talking about how God does not label you as a drug addict or someone who's been abused. And I'm like, what? Like the whole time he was talking resonated with everything that I'm going through. And I was crying through the whole entire thing. And it was just like, it blew my mind. And my sponsor said that the message was for me. And then after I talked to the pastor, he said he wanted to pray for me. And when I left church, I felt like this positive energy. I felt so good. And, I didn't feel like I wanted to use or anything like that. And so when I came home, I called my friend who's in a residential treatment. I told her my testimony, and she started crying. She said, I didn't know you went through things like that. And I said I wasn't done. So I said I would send her the rest later. And then I was talking about how I would pray to God to take my life. Like I didn't want to be here anymore. And, like I never got a sign ever, so I started talking positive, and it was gloomy as heck outside. And so when I was talking positive and talking about my future, all of a sudden the whole room lit up really bright. Like all the clouds went away. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, that's so crazy. So I felt like the Holy Spirit is with me, and I've never been religious, especially my addiction. I always like, okay, like really you're going to pray to God? Like, okay, that's done, whatever. But now it's just like, I have a clear mind and I feel so much more positive and happy being sober, So I'm just really grateful for that. Thank
love
you.
that.
Wow.
Christina, like,
She is
that
on
is-
fucking
yeah.
fire.
Like you're doing the damn thing.
Good
and staying
for
the
her. Did
course.
you hear her voice?
Yeah, she's like, you can tell
Shit.
that she's excited and happy.
That
and
is awesome.
It's just, I feel like, and this is just my opinion, but God is always talking or always showing us little signs. And it's, if we're doing the things we're supposed to be doing, we can then see them. When we're not, you miss them.
But you remember those feelings you have or we have that she is having right now in her voice.
It's the
I could go
best.
back and live into that voice that she's having. Those are good times, man.
Yes.
I feel like Eva Marie was having that just a little while ago after her little interview.
You're
she
right.
had. She was on
I mean,
fire.
I have bouts of them all the time because
Yeah.
you
Yeah, that's what I'm
appreciate
saying, exactly.
those moments. Like
Yes.
Christina, it's because you're sober right now that you can actually see
it.
those signs
Yeah.
happening in your life and actually resonate them to yourself. Like the all of a sudden the clouds and the light, your room looking more bright. It's something that maybe happened before, but you don't know because you were in your addiction. Now you're just noticing everything. It's almost like we're hypersensitive.
Yeah.
You know?
Shane, look who's up. Look who's got their hand up.
I saw.
Huh?
I saw it. Go over the thing again. Mondomingo.
No, I'm talking about Nikki, dude.
I know you were. That's
Oh.
what I was thinking you, but I like that guy's name. I was looking at him before. Mondomingo.
Let's go look at it. What's his
We will
name?
fight tonight at midnight. You and I, my friend.
Mondo Mingo.
Yeah.
Mondo Mingo.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good name. That's
An
almost like
awesome
that's
fucking
almost
name.
like a Chuck Zamzow.
Yeah.
Mondo Mingo.
Yeah, I like it.
You guys
What?
All right.
All right.
out of control.
You're always out of control.
Joel,
we
with
like
two
to
Ls.
have fun, and you can have fun in recovery. Joel, you're up.
Joel.
Hey, everybody. My name is Joel. I'm a grateful alcoholic and addict. Due to the God's grace, 12 steps of AA, sponsorship, fellowship, and rooms like this, I have been sober since 6/26/22, and forever grateful for my sobriety date. I was just going to kind of touch on, I'll try not to crosstalk too much, but I was going to touch on, how the share before said, prayed to God that she wouldn't wake up. I used to do the same thing, but I didn't believe in God. So God didn't answer my prayers. And I'm very thankful for that because I'm here today. I contemplated suicide. I had it set up. I had it figured out. I tried to drink myself to death. It didn't work. And one day I was granted the gift of desperation, and I made my way into a detox center and then on to treatment. Been living in sober living for about the last year. And I couldn't be more grateful for this program. And, a lot of people said, and it is true. I think a lot of people say that, COVID fucked everything up, and it kind of did. But, one thing that COVID did is it brought Zoom and it made it more prevalent. Anyways, because before COVID, I'm sure there were Zoom rooms out there, but when COVID came and everybody had to go to Zoom rooms, that's when all that stuff started blowing up, and I appreciate y'all for your service and being here tonight and open up this room. I did forget to mention, this is the first time for me here at this, in this room, but I will come back.
Welcome.
And there's a lot of great gifts that I've gotten being sober. I'm not going to go on a list or a tangent and mention them all. But one of the great things that I've found to being sober is being able to be a service to people, whether that's hosting meetings, co-hosting meetings, doing H&I at treatment centers, being asked to speak at, in an AA room. And then I have friends and family call me, and this is kind of touching on what the speaker said. He's got family calling him now when he's got trouble. He got friends calling him when he's got trouble. Like, they know who to go to. Like, and that means a lot to me because I used to be known as the guy where you could go get your weed or your cocaine or your mushrooms. And I apologize if I can't say that in this room. I'll figure out the rules eventually. But, I used to be that guy. You call me when you wanted all the bad shit in life. Now you call me when you want the good shit in life. And I couldn't be more grateful for that. Like, I used to hate when my phone rang because I knew that I had to deal with somebody that I really didn't want to deal with, but I was trying to get that money. Now when my phone rings, I'm grateful for it because it's either somebody checking on me or somebody asking for help or somebody asking for a speaker or a co-host. And it's just amazing that, who I used to be and who I am now, two totally different people. I still physically look the same-ish. But when I look in the mirror, I see somebody totally different. And I can say, I love you to myself, and I can look at myself in the mirror, and it's just amazing. And, if you're new in this room, early in sobriety, new to the programs, something that they say a lot, another cliche. I used to hate them. Now I recite them every day. Don't quit before the miracle happens. And the way I see it, I got a little over a year and a half of sobriety, but I'm going to be a newcomer for the rest of my life because this is one day at a time. It doesn't matter if I have 25 years, I can still go out. I think I went over my time, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and just say thank you again for having this room open. I don't know any of y'all in here, but I love you and have a great night.
Amazing.
Thank you. What a great share right there.
Totally.
Joel. Shane said it right.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I got lucky.
I thought it was.
I was trying to make fun of him.
You were?
Yeah.
That's not.
That's
cool.
what I do, bro. I make fun of people.
Joel, that was seriously.
You
can tell when somebody is working a solid program, solid share.
Yeah.
Really, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And thanks for finding our room and showing
Yes.
up and dropping some recovery. Nikki,
Let's read that thing for a second.
Oh wait, let's see. Sorry.
There was a big read there. Good for you. 1350. Nice.
All right, Nikki, you are up, my friend.
Nikki.
Hi guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you pretty good actually.
Okay. Chad, I want to say I hope you feel better. I am grateful for your lead, Mickey. I related a lot to your story. I was a swimmer and then found heroin and overdosed a bunch of times. So it was really cool. I've never really related to a story like that much. So thank you for your lead and thanks for sharing what your life is like now. I am just coming back from COVID and I am 23 weeks pregnant and my goodness, it kicked my butt. But I just wanted to hop on here and say, like, I'm grateful for it in a way because it reminded me to slow down and I've been pretty busy with work. I got a promotion and I've been trying to go to the gym and I'm planning for a baby and I'm planning for a wedding and those are all great things. I'm very grateful to have that kind of stress in my life. But I haven't been the best about like slowing down and taking care of what matters. So as much as it sucked, I am grateful in a way for COVID. And I'm trying to do my first workout right now. So if my breathing sounds bad, that's why. But
get it.
Health is wealth. I love
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just grateful for this meeting. I can't always join these days with just my schedule. But I just wanted to say I'm grateful for you guys to be doing this podcast. It's been really cool to watch it grow. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. If you guys don't know Nikki, she's actually our only two-time podcast guest.
Nice.
Her name's up on the wall right there with the circle around it because we had her circle it when she did her second podcast. So check her out. She's actually one of our first like 20 podcasts ever, and then she came back like 9 months later. And dropped another one, and we talked to her dad. It was your life has changed. How dope is that?
She's been on our podcast.
Yep, and our lives have changed too. Our as you can see, our podcast got prettier. With the addition of Natalie, Eva Marie.
Yeah.
Shane thought it was because he was
No,
shaving
I'm not
more
that
often.
foolish. I'm not that foolish.
But thank you so much, Nikki, for your share, and thank you for supporting us since basically since day one.
Huge.
Big deal.
Yeah.
Congratulations on being pregnant. I know that was
a point.
That's yes.
She didn't think she'd get pregnant.
So here's
right?
the thing, guys. Go listen to her podcast because her being pregnant is a miracle in itself.
Yeah.
And I actually knew you were getting over COVID too because I was watching your story this morning.
He's got the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it, and I'm super stoked for you guys, and excited to see what more you guys will do. So,
Yeah, thank you
Thanks for
so
coming
much.
in.
And shout out for keeping that spirit moving, Nikki. It sounds like you got a lot going on, but you're putting your spirit first, which is huge. That's what we got at the end of the
Thank you.
day.
I'm trying.
Mondo.
Mondo.
Do you go by the full name?
Oh, yes. I thought I'd go ahead and share tonight. Yeah, I'm at work right now, so I could get called at any point. But anyway, yes, I figured I'd share. I just hit my 90 days yesterday.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And
Congrats, bro.
yeah, so I feel great. I went to a signal program in Orange County in November. I'm from Colorado, and completed a 45-day program there. Been sober since. Been attending smart recovery meetings. As much as possible. Still trying to get with the 12-step program. And you know, it's a proven method, so I'm really trying to get back with that. Still having some problems with the higher power, but trying to navigate that. But just wanted to share real quickly. My wife turned me on to this podcast while I was in treatment, and it's been great listening to you guys. I appreciate everybody. Eva, I used to watch you with my son,
Oh my God.
and that was great.
That's
So
awesome.
it's awesome to be able to speak to you, and just really appreciate you guys and what you're bringing, to the community. It's great. Thank you. I don't really have much else.
Nice.
No, I love that. Shout out to your wife for
Turning you on,
turning
yeah.
you on to what we're doing in our podcast and this meeting. 90 days is huge.
Huge.
I understand the God thing because a lot of women that I sponsor sometimes struggle with it too. But I remember like an old timer saying to basically everybody that was struggling with that part of the program is at the very beginning, just say the words, get on your knees and say the prayers, regardless if you believe in it, feel it, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just
do it.
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, there's so many things to it. I mean, there is a reel that we just put out where I said that my sponsor told me that to go stand in front of a wave, and if it knocked me down, he said, "There's a power greater than you, Chad."
That's right.
No, totally. I had a sponsee that had a really hard time, and I was like, dude, just pick anything, like a star, a tree, a branch. I don't care, as long as you don't think that you're running the show. That's all that matters. I don't care what your God is, as long as you think it's not you. Because clearly, we are all not good at running the show, because we are all in this meeting tonight, and we are all talking about recovery because we made some bad decisions in our life, and it brought us here. So when I'm running,
my best thinking got me to the 550 North Flower
Yes,
Street
me too.
Detox Center in Santa Ana.
Hey,
It's
we
called
stayed at the same spot.
Yeah, we got clean at the same place.
Yeah.
Woo woo
Woo, woo.
Yeah. Couple. There we go, Victor.
Victor.
I didn't think it would be a meeting without Victor, Sharon.
Victor.
Still waiting on Chuck to throw up his hand real quick. I don't know where Chuck went though. Oh, there he is. Yep, Victor.
What's up, guys?
What's happening?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Victor, addict. Thanks, Mickey, for your lead. That part about the credit score. Fuck, man. I used to always joke around that the only person I had credit with was the Connect.
That's right.
And now I'm blessed. I could probably go in and get a loan if I needed to. I really don't need to for anything. That's another beautiful thing about this. And then I liked how you said about filling that void. One of my buddies says it's like a God-shaped void, and we got to fill it with God and whatever God is to us, right? Whether it's windsurfing, hanging out with family, hiking, whatever, that's that void that we got to fill. And that's the cool part about all this is it's, a God of your understanding. One of my buddies, his first higher power was the flat top grill, because he just felt at peace, doing it, and it made sense to him. So who am I to question, right?
That's right.
And the cool part is like a lot of this stuff is just suggestions, but they work, getting sponsorship, service work, going to meetings. And what works for one might not work for everyone, but there's a million ways to do this, and I'm just grateful for everything that's out there. Thank you guys again for the platform. And then I'll be mailing out your guys' package probably on Friday. So keep an eye out for something from New Mexico.
Don't be sending.
Shout out.
Don't be sending a collect there, Victor.
You know what? Just piggybacking on Victor really quick, and I know we only have time. It's almost time to end the meeting, but I love this meeting because you said something that is so true. One, all are welcome, and number two, we just are all sharing our experience and what we do, where there's not one way or cookie cutter that works for every single person. It's like you take the little nuggets and the little gems that work for you and your sobriety and your path and your journey, and that's all that matters. And there's no judgment in this meeting, and I love it. And I don't think there's any rules. Our new one.
Oh yeah, Joel. There's no
Yeah.
rules.
And I judge people, but
Well,
I keep it to myself.
I mean, there's no like you can't be mean, you know?
I'm not.
Yeah, that's the
gotta
only rule.
show
You
the
just
love.
can't be mean. Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Even though it's hard for Shane.
Shane, sometimes
Chuck,
we have.
Chuck's up.
I do.
Let's go, Chuck.
I do. Chuck, I
Okay.
kick Shane under the table
He
sometimes.
does. He does.
Yeah, you guys have to remember, for all the new people that have
Yeah.
joined this meeting, Shane is Canadian, and sometimes he says things that
Inappropriate.
yeah,
Very inappropriate.
exactly. So
Canada.
don't take it the wrong way and don't take it seriously.
In Canada, you can
means
say
love.
stuff like that, and it's a
Yeah.
term of endearment.
Yes.
But here in America, it's offensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Pussies.
All right, Chuck, bring us on home. Bring us on home, Chuck.
All right, guys. I'm an alcoholic. My name's Chuck. I'm grateful I woke up today instead of coming to. And dog spelled backwards is God. My buddy Big Bob says it all the time,
Love
and
that.
it's one of those things that stick with me when I hear him say that and kind of get a good laugh. And the one thing I heard tonight was a trusted servant, and I just don't govern. And that's the one thing that stuck out with one of the gentlemen that spoke earlier, is that being able to help everybody that comes in the door the best way possible, and be vulnerable a little bit, and try to develop a trust with the new people coming in, and show them the way. And I don't know, there's not a whole lot for me to say today. I got a lot going on, but it's manageable today. Second month, second step for me. I have to revisit those things. And the God of my understanding in the beginning was music, to be really honest. In the beginning, I stuck around a lot of music. Two great buddies handed some DJ equipment over to me and says, here. And I stuck down in a room for a whole month going over stuff. And, the higher power developed over time, and grateful for that. And that's all I got.
Awesome,
Chuck, are you wearing our sweat? Are you wearing our hoodie? Or?
Yep.
Oh dang, Chuck, you representing out there, boy.
Nice.
Wait, is that Amy?
Yep.
Is Amy wearing it too?
Where's Amy?
Amy, are you wearing it, girl?
Amy's, yeah.
I knew
Amy.
it. Not a baby.
You know what I'm going to go home
I
with
love you
tonight?
guys.
That God and dog is spelled backwards, and then he talked about his friend Big Bob, and Bob is saying backwards and forward.
That's fucking Canadian as hell right there,
That's
dude.
what I'm taking home with me
Way to
tonight
bring
from
it
this
on
meeting.
home.
Really quick, dude. Dude, guys, just a couple cool announcements. We just dropped a podcast today.
I thought you were going to say we just dropped a load. I just dropped a load in the bathroom before this meeting, and I'm feeling pretty good.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I
Very
say
Canadian.
Jesus
That's what they do in Canada, man.
Yeah, they do that.
Hey,
in
it's
Canada.
after 7, okay? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Be careful where you eat in Canada.
Really quick, we dropped a really good podcast. It's Judge Matthew Anderson from Drug Court here in Orange County,
Really good one.
California.
Chad.
He was my drug court judge.
Yeah.
How amazing is that for me to
Crazy.
have my judge
crazy.
on our podcast?
That is crazy.
We also, if you guys didn't already, take a look at Sheriff Dan Barnes, the Orange County Sheriff, the head of the Orange County Sheriff Department. We dropped that one about a week ago, and then we had a Navy SEAL on that
Taylor
just
Kavanaugh.
dropped 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And then on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, guys, get ready, because for us, it's Daytona 500 week.
Yeah,
and
it
we've
is.
got Amber Balkan podcast dropping on Tuesday.
What does she do?
She's a NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
She has invited us to a NASCAR, and NASCAR, this is kind of cool, guys. NASCAR is officially, Natalie Eva Marie will be an honorary guest of NASCAR of the Daytona 500.
Yes, you will.
I'll be with my boys.
Yeah, you
Don't
will.
get it twisted.
Yeah, you will.
We're a trio.
Yeah, we are.
She will be pre-interviewed, so before the Daytona 500, guys, maybe y'all want to turn on the TV
My
on
mom
Fox,
has already told her about
Fox TV,
Yeah.
because Natalie will be interviewed
Yeah. it. Yeah, our mom
on
knows what
Fox
to say
TV
already.
before.
That's Shane's friend. That's Shane's friend.
Yeah. And I noticed somebody said that that they watched Natalie. This stuff does kind of embarrass her when I say it a little bit, but if you guys want, go back and check out Total Divas.
Yeah, go back in time.
She was on the reality TV show Total Divas for 6 years.
By the way, if you watch that show, I still am. I don't know. This could be me putting on a tin hat conspiracy, but my voice is so high pitched.
It is. I watched
as opposed
it.
to now, where I'm confused. I feel like they put my voice.
Wasn't
in a
you?
Well, it just sounds like I'm
Oh.
speaking like that.
Maybe
which is
they-
weird to
yeah.
me. I don't know.
So the Total Divas was a show that when they had all these divas come into the WWE and wrestling together.
They don't care.
I care.
Okay.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Joel, you got some. Joel, you got something?
People are gonna kill us at 7.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask real quick. Do y'all have a meeting schedule?
Every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. This is just once a week is what we have currently.
Same
Okay,
time,
perfect. Thank you.
Same link. Everything is.
Yep, everything's the same every week.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Thanks again.
Thank you.
If you can't write that down, we could have Luis throw it in the chat for you.
His name is Lewis.
I'm joking. I was,
No,
I was
Lewis.
being, I was being a dick.
All right, let's.
We got to go because Lewis
Yeah.
actually stayed late because Emily's normally here. He's supposed to be in school right now in class.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Luis has someplace to go.
Yep. So
And
guys,
so does everybody else. It's 7.
All right.
let's pray out. We'll
Go-
we'll
go-
dance
oh, yeah,
next
let's
week
dance.
because
Okay,
Lewis.
we got to
doesn't.
dance. Let's dance.
Do you know how to push the button for the
Dancing?
dancing music? Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
God,
grant
grant
me
me the
serenity
serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen.
See you guys
Love
next
you guys.
week.
See you
Kate,
next
we'll
week.
see you next week. Kate's in here and she's a Canadian.
So she understands you.
She understands.
Yep.